You see them in your homes, in even churches. They're all over the place. Perhaps the most common walking wounded is a person who's filled with resentment, with bitterness. They have like an underground river of anger just ready to explode. Are you today carrying agonizing hurt and pain that has been inflicted upon you because of your parents, because of your spouse, maybe even perhaps your children, a friend, even your boss? Some people blame God directly for their broken dreams, for living a life that's lacking in fulfillment. The most common walking wounded tend to taint the future because they felt they forgot to deal with the past and they haven't received God's healing in their situation. As they consistently choose to avoid spiritual breaking, they grow older with hardness of heart, and likewise they don't grow in their faith. Friends, today you are either the walking wounded or you're being broken. And God has a way of sanctifying us, which is really the process of brokenness. God sanctifies us. And the question to us is this: how will you respond? What will you do about God's breaking you today? If there are two words that don't seem to have any connection with each other, it's these two words: brokenness and blessing. Can you say these two words?
Brokenness, blessing.
At first glance you say, what do these two words have in common? It seems like, how can these even be together? How can a person be broken, be blessed? Friends, let me just show you that these complement each other. These words complement each other. I'm certain I know what you prayed for this past week. I know. You all prayed for God's blessings, right?
Yes.
Oh, see, I'm right. You prayed for God's blessings. You prayed that God would go ahead of you. So that when you get there, God is already there. In other words, you prayed that God would take care of your future life, your future family, your future blessings on your business. You prayed for God to take care of all of this. Today, a lot of people take God's blessings for granted. It's one thing to pray for God's blessings. We cannot force God to bless us. That's one thing we can't do. If, for example, you pray, Lord, please bless me, and then you live an immoral life. You live a life setting God aside. You don't put God priority in life. How can God bless you? How can He bless you? Because we all want God's blessings. We can't force it. But today, a lot of people, they grab God's blessings before He gives it to them. And we're going to look at the life of a man by the name of Jacob, who was broken and finally blessed. But in his life, you will see that he all the time grabbed God's blessings before it was given to him. Jacob is a very complicated man. I'm sure his life is just like yours, very complicated. Like your seatmate, like your mother-in-law, very complicated. And if you feel that your life is very complicated, you're in good company. You are in good company. He had so many conflicts in life that it shows us how real he is. The Bible does not hide the flaws and the failures of men. As a matter of fact, as you listen to this message, I pray that you would have an encounter with yourself and with God. That's my prayer. You see, I believe that God wants to teach us a lesson through the life of Jacob, through the life of his sins, his weaknesses, his failures. Friends, it's never too late. You and I, we still have hope. There is still hope for us. Jacob. The title of our message is God Blesses Brokenness. Can you all say that?
God bless.
God blesses